Okay, everybody, we are back with another review of Chop-Doh by Javier Natera, if I'm saying that right, and released in mass production by Murphy's Magic and available at most of your favorite online retailers. Not that that's a good thing. Chop-Doh comes in this bag, and I'm not going to get into the packaging. I don't care. I don't mind the stamped logo. Here's what you get. You get the link to the instructions. I'll set that aside. You get a random rubber ducky, so not made out of any type of clay or Play-Doh or anything, just a standard cheap rubber ducky. 3 yellow balls, which after watching the video, I'm still not sure why. Red ball for a color change and a large red ball for a final load. And then of course your cup. Cute idea. Everything looks kind of cute right now and everything, but there are a few minor issues with this and a few major issues with it. And I'm going to go over those here in just a moment. First, I want to get out of the way the ad copy. The ad copy does tell you what you'll get. It says 2 regular yellow balls, 1 chop ball, 1 regular red ball, 1 final load ball, 1 rubber duck, and chop cup with lid. However, the video shows a large red ball and a large green ball. So for a lot of people, they'll watch the demo video, kind of skim over the ad copy, which you should never do, but people do it. So they're, you may be expecting to get 2 large final load balls, 1 red, 1 green, for maybe a color change or just a second load, but you only get 1. Not really deceptive ad copy, but deceptive trailer a little bit. And then on that trailer, let me tell you, he shows one move that 100% has to be video editing. And it's a cool move. At first I thought he was using his thumb, but essentially the ball gets rolled under the hand and comes out the other side a different color. No movement on the left hand, no nothing. Cool effect for the demo. You're not going to learn that move. That move doesn't exist. If you come up with a way to do it, awesome. But you're not going to learn it, even though they demo it in the trailer. That aside though, the ad copy does not lie. It would be nice if it told you in the ad copy that the rubber ducky would be a random color. For some people, it would make more sense for it to be red or yellow. But now you just get a random color. And I'm gonna set that aside. We're not gonna address that anymore. So a couple of minor points. This is a minor thing, and I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but if you can see that orangish hue on that yellow ball, it appears that the dye in the red ball rubs off onto the yellow, and it's not a big deal. That could probably be washed off, but I just want you to be aware that it can happen. And even this won't show up on camera, but I can see it myself. It shows up on the inside of the cup a little bit. So here's the core issue, is the cup itself, the magnet inside it, and the transparency of the cup. I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but I'll do it here. Okay, if you see this, especially if you do a color change. Okay, so you'll be able to see the shadow inside the cup, and that's not a good thing unless the lighting is really low. And here's the other major issue. See that? See that magnet? Yeah, so will everybody else. On the one hand, it is not a huge deal. Not as big of a deal as it could be. I understand laymen may think that's just a dot, a marker, okay? For example, on extreme burn, most of us use a black dot on the bill to mark where to flip the bills over, and nobody thinks a thing of it if they ever see it, which they typically don't. That being said, for $40, here's the thing. The magnet is in here under this layer of felt. Put the magnet between 2 stinking layers. That's it. 2 layers of that felt, and it would pretty much hide this. Or paint this yellow. Or do anything. Paint the magnet yellow. I don't give a crap. But you don't send out a $40 product with the magnet showing through the cup. And this is just something, as far as the shadows, and this is where I may do a separate shot of this, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but as I roll the ball around, I can clearly see it. So if you're lucky, and of course you really only have to worry about it with the yellow ball, but they are gonna still see that. that actually could almost be cool. It almost seems like the shadow just sort of appears, like the ball just appears. If you want to look at it that way, that could be a plus. I just don't see it that way. You've got the chop cup with the magnet visible, the cup being a little bit see-through to where they can see the ball as it drops out of the cup, and then there's the strength of the magnet. All they had to do was test out a couple different magnets, or test this out in any way whatsoever, because the magnet is too strong. I think you can get around that and work with it, but there is no, just setting it down lightly. And if you're on, this is a hard backed close-up pad. If you're on a hard surface, not so bad. But if you're on a soft surface, you got to really hit that thing down. And if you're on something, a regular close-up pad without a hard back, you're going to be doing that to dislodge the ball. And that can be a problem. So there's a lot of problems with this, a lot. And then this is not as much of a problem for me. Thankfully, the material is kind of grippy if you want to palm it or anything like that. But the weight of this is almost nothing. Same with the balls. So when you're trying to do moves, you have a hard time feeling that the ball is even there. But thankfully, the one redeeming thing of that is the material used to simulate Play-Doh is incredibly grippy. That is a plus. So here we've got the issue of a product that is a really cute idea and a really fun idea. It's just executed absolutely horribly in every way imaginable. $40, I'm not gonna lie, a cup that they can see through and a magnet that everybody can see. I'd have been pissed off if I paid $10 for this. I've got one of two things I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna either return it to Penguin where I ordered it, or I may just take a hammer to it and then dump it in the trash, because that's where it belongs. And not to mention, this has been discussed in other forums and all over the place. Javier is by no means the first person to come up with using a Play-Doh as a chop cup. There's Under Magic's Play Chop, there's Chad Long's routine, and from what I hear, there's others as well. And so I'm not mad at Javier, I get it. He may not have realized other people had come up with the idea before, but I can't imagine nobody at Murphy's knew. This guy came up with a cute idea, and then they released it in mass production. And so I don't really fault him for that. And it's interesting though, in the demo video, he credits a whole bunch of people, which is great, except for the people that actually came out with this idea before him, using a Play-Doh cup. So he credits a bunch of others for chop cup ideas and moves and routines, but the actual Play-Doh concept, he doesn't credit anybody. There's a bunch of issues there. I'm telling you, save your money, okay? Save your money. If you like the idea, go out, get some magic dough, go out and get a couple different type of magnets and make it yourself and make it better, because a 10-year-old could make this better. And then real briefly, I'm going to touch on the demo video. All right, he does a good job in some ways, and in other ways not so much. There is a heavy accent being used. I don't fault him for that, but it does make it hard to understand some things he's saying. But he teaches a couple really nice little moves, and a couple that are just kind of a waste of time. So it was hit or miss on the instructional video. He could have done more, and I just want y'all to know what to expect. If you decide for some bizarre reason to plunk down the $40, you're not going to learn a routine, and you just learn a couple of moves. That's it. And that's great. That's fine. Right? I'm not mad at him for that. I just want you to know what you're getting. What you're getting overall is a cute idea that is ultimately, as a release, a big piece of turd. And I'm not sure who I'm most frustrated with right now. Javier, I'm sure, is not the one manufacturing these, if you can even call it manufacturing. Who the hell put this magnet in here and saw it and said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just send them out this way anyway. That's bullshit. I'm just gonna say it. It's ridiculous. I don't know if I'm more pissed off at Murphy's or the magic retailers that are willing to sell this product to their customers. I don't want to dislike Penguin, but after a couple experiences recently, I am. And any of the other magic shops that sell this, don't sell it. It's trash. So between Murphy's willingly releasing this to the magic community, and then the retailers willingly selling this giant piece of turd to the magic community, the person I'm least upset with is Javier, who came up with the idea. And I'm sure more than the people that published it have come up with the idea. It's very natural to look at this cup and say, hey, that'd make a cute little chop cup. Simple closing here is don't get it. I'm sorry, get it if you want to. If you want to basically light $40 on fire and waste it, that's fine. And sure, you can make some modifications to this yourself, but for $40, you shouldn't have to. So final verdict, this is going in the junk drawer. And I would hope you guys don't waste your money. And this, I got it only to review, hoping it might be something good. But I bought it on pre-order. Never again. I can see why people don't do it. I may order certain things on pre-order just to review them quicker, but if I was ordering this personally for myself, I will never do pre-order again. So thanks Murphy's and Penguin and whoever the hell else carries this for guaranteeing that you got a customer that will never pre-order from you again, except for review purposes, but that doesn't count. For myself personally, I will never do it again. That's about it. I really don't have much else to say about this. But thanks for watching, guys and gals. And other than that, talk to y'all later. Peace out.